dear friends, and a warm welcome to the Sunday check-in session. Half an hour of Dharma, reflection, and community connections. My name is David. I live in Queensland. I've been a student at Nantian and member of this community for the past couple of years. If you're a new member, please accept our wholehearted welcome. If you have any questions about our practices and topics, we're all here to help. If you're a regular, welcome back. We begin our meeting by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we walk, study, and live. At Nantien, it is the Woody people of the Darawal Nation. Let's pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging. The check-in sessions have been developed by our Communities of Practice team and the entire community. These sessions, sorry about that. These sessions aim to provide space and to develop a reflective practice in response to the changing environments in which we're living in. Guided by humanistic Buddhism, we would like to cultivate our practice and build memorable friendships. Last week, we were privileged to hear from Joey regarding repentance. Today, a warm welcome to Priscilla.
Thank you, David. Thank you, dear community. Shall we start with a short meditation? Let's close our eyes together. Sit comfortably, nice and upright, and take a few deep breaths together. Now let's focus our attention on the tip of your nose and just watch the miracle of your breath moving in and out. Can you feel it? We're going to do this for just 1 minute together. All right, dear community, when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Now, firstly, a big thank you to the wise insights of our previous speakers in this intergenerational series. I really appreciated Stephen's invitation to trust the power of compassion and the youth team's inspired energy. And it's a real privilege to be able to respond on behalf of my generation today. So I didn't do this alone and ask for help from some friends, some of whom are here today. But these are the thoughts of a few rather than all. And it gives us a bit of a profile to kick off. So a little bit about us. We grew up in the 80s and 90s. We played in nature with board games and mostly in make-believe worlds. Computers were a rarity, and the internet, mobile phones, and social media didn't feature at all in our lives until our late teens. It seemed a period of newfound peace in the West with the end of the Cold War and the end of apartheid. And on TV, we noticed a little-known movement called Greenpeace protesting against things like logging and whaling. So now we're in our late 30s and 40s, an age which my 10-year-old self would think is positively geriatric. We're mostly mid-career, having worked for 20 years with at least 20 more to go. Some of us are parents of young children. Many of our own parents are now elderly. Like most of you, we worry about the world we are leaving future generations, both the state it is in and the systems and conversations which are steering humankind's direction. But despite this and all our different paths, our group is generally positive. We have a solid understanding of our values, why we're here, how we want to live. It is the season where we have energy, experience, skills, probably the time in our lives where we feel we can make the most impact. But we face challenges and do get taken off track. Firstly, while we all feel young and often forget how old we are, we or friends our age have now experienced serious illness and even death. We're starting to realize our mortality and limits. We are also limited by time and competing responsibilities, particularly in caregiving roles. And all of us notice more and more the hidden systems in the world, which seem to be getting more powerful and polarizing, like competition, social media, corporatization. And we really struggle as we may not agree with them, but they still often demand our participation and attention. So how do we stay on track? So we thought of 3 main points. And the first one's to not just accept, but actually embrace the complexity, contradictions, and messiness of the human condition. To be curious and to take it in with awe and joy rather than judgment. Like Stephen said, we are still expanding the breadth of our world, and remembering to listen to everything is really that process. Secondly, and practically, it's a consideration of the choices we make, what we say yes or no to, what work we do, how we spend our resources, people we spend our time with. Parents sacrifice for their children. Others have chosen work which is maybe not as financially rewarding, but more meaningful for them. And some give up their leisure time to volunteer and support. And we also actively choose to spend time and energy on self-reflection and practice. Something I think all of us here, no matter what age, can relate to. But sometimes these choices seem out of our control. It's so hard to even catch a breath in the rush of it all. So finally, we stay on track by using whatever space we have to shift perspectives. There are many ways to do this, but if we could choose one, it would be remembering interconnection. Because in the big picture of things, we realize that what is challenging and frustrating us now is really so small and insignificant. And by remembering the purity of our intentions, no matter how hard it gets, how often we fail, interconnection reminds us to have faith in ourselves and the Dharma that we are making a difference and staying on track. Thank you. Thank you, dear community. And a big thank you to the friends here who kindly shared their wisdom in preparation for today. Your generosity has kept me on track all week, and I'll hand back to David to present the questions for us to reflect on. Thank you.
Thank you, Priscilla. Now it's over to you, dear community. We'd like you to reflect on the following questions. Do you relate to any of the reflections of the 30 to 50s presented today? What makes it hard for you to stay on track? What helps you to stay on track? You'll now be placed in groups to share and discuss. In the discussion, we recommend you spend some time getting to know each other and then discussing the questions. There'll be some Zoom notifications, but feel free to allow the flow of the discussions to guide you. Our sessions are guided by metta, which is unconditional love and kindness for all. Let's use these breakout sessions to express and receive metta to and from one another. Take time to pause, share, and listen. We also ask you to share some of your findings with the larger group at the end of the discussion. Now let's go to our breakout rooms for rich and nourishing discussions. Enjoy and see you back in 15 minutes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Hope you all had some great discussions as to what helps you stay on track, and perhaps some insights into the reflections presented by this generation. We got cut off a bit early there, so we had a lot of interesting insights going on about how letting go is important, letting go of fixed outcomes, maintaining that curiosity and awe and love of learning, as a way to stay on track. And I'd love to hear everyone's reflections if you'd like to type in the chat box what you were discussing today. So we've got Mai Chin, who's in my group, talking about staying on track through some values she's cultivated. So perseverance, optimism, determination, and diligence, which all take courage, which we spoke about. Liam from the youth generation said structure keeps me on a track, but a wise community reorients to a good track. They're talking about good friends there. Thanks, Liam, and the importance of community. Bruce said the tyranny of the internet can pull you away mid-comment. Yeah, it can, Bruce. So I'd love to hear what the comment was. Bruce, if you'd like to type it in, we could hopefully keep the internet on track today. I'll hand back to David now, but do keep writing, dear community, so that we can share this with all our wider community friends. I'll hand back to David.
Thank you, Priscilla. And thank you, everyone. We really hope the check-in session was useful and you experienced the unconditional love and compassion of this community. For anyone who may be experiencing challenges or a greater need than what we could offer today, please get in touch with us, and you can also reach out to the professional organizations on the screen. Next Sunday, Joey is going to speak on recap. We welcome back Joey. As we check out today, let's recite the dedication of merits together to send love and compassion to whomever is in need.
Let us now dedicate the goodness of what you have done to all living beings. May kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity pervade all worlds. May we cherish and build affinities to benefit all beings. May Chan, Pure Land, and precepts inspire equality and patience. May our gratitude and humility give rise to great vows.
So thank you so much today for Priscilla for sharing so much with us, and to Venerable Joy for being our IT wizard and keeping things running smoothly. Of course, thank you all for being here today. Next, we'll start our plenary, so please stay around if you do have time. Otherwise, we'll see you again next Sunday at 11 a.m.